Monster Hunter World is a game about, you guessed it, hunting monsters. Or maybe you didn't guess it because some people still seem offset when you tell them that this game is in fact about hunting monsters. What do you do in it? You hunt monsters. Okay, but do you do anything else? No, you hunt monsters. In Monster Hunter World, them dinos are strifing for a knifing, dashing to a bashin', and doing whatever they can to sport a metaphorical middle finger and dick you over as you try to murder them and their family. It's limping. This is my shot. Nothing to lose. Finally, for now. Wait, whoa, what? What? No, no, no. MHW is basically Monster Hunter 5, but with a different name because they wanted to draw in a newer crowd, and obviously numbers are scary because 5 would imply that you had to play the other 4, and their G and Ultimate versions, and the spin-offs, and fuck. But nah, you don't really have to play any of the other games. It does a pretty dang good job of easing in newcomers to the series, for at least the basics of what you need to head on out and beat up some monsties. Die-hard fans of the series sometimes complain about the casualization of the game since Monster Hunter always had a spot of it's hard, open wide to its gameplay. The main thing I saw ragged on was the fact that you can now move while drinking potions, which prior to this entry you had to take a sippy and flex and everything was healed up in one go. In Worlds you can move while wetting your whistle and the health recovers gradually. However, if you dodge out of it or get hit, you stop healing but still lose your pot. The entire action takes longer than the sip and flex, so I feel it still retains a sense of risk for healing, especially considering in this title, the areas are all connected, so you can't do the hardcore option of ducking out of the area, healing, and then coming back in. There are a lot of other tweaks, but 90% of them just save you from having to look up a Wikipedia article about a monster or weapon treat, so I'm not sure that can really be counted as anything other than quality of life changes. I do kinda hate how some monsters telegraph things harder than they did in previous series, but whatever. So I guess I'll touch upon the very obvious. The game looks gorgeous. Like hot dog, it is so nice to see a Monster Hunter that doesn't look like a PlayStation 2 game. As mentioned in the past, each area had a loading screen transition, which would kind of pull you away from the fluidity of battle. In this, you don't get to cheese any monsters through a load zone. You're in it always. The maps are loaded with a variety of things to interact with too. Whether it's bugs to heal you or give you a free flash bomb, to pre-made traps designed to damage or capture your prey. There are only 5 maps, but each map has multiple floors and equates to roughly 1.5 to 2 times the size of previous areas in the game. There are, however, much less monsters in most titles, but this is likely due to the fact that they had to create new HD assets from scratch instead of just importing a monster from a previous title that share the same graphics. They do promise to update the game with free monsters, and sometime soon old Pickle Joe is heading our way, so I have some hope in that regard. It's neat seeing how different monsters interact with each other and in different environments, considering it used to just be if you're in a room with monsters, you're solely targeted, and they're gonna make your life hell. It's fun seeing them pick fights with each other, and some monsters don't even bother with you because you just don't matter to them until you provoke them. Plus, we got the best monster bro of all, the titty kicker. This mofo will show up when you're fighting something else, blast his high beams on that fucker, and then swag out. Way to be, man. I'll never hunt you unless I have to. You are the complete opposite of Beetlejuice, who was always sporting that "I heard you were having fun hunting anyone but me" mentality and literally dive bombing into your battles. Bring dung bombs and high rank, you nerds. I keep using all my poo. My favorite part about this game is in fact the weapons. From the ones I've played and from what I've heard, every weapon is viable, except the hunting horn still. And they were given changes to make them unique, effective, and fun. I myself main the hammer for multiplayer and generally cheese through the single player / farm with the charge blade. Each weapon has their own job, and unfortunately that's not something the game is going to teach you. It doesn't really teach multiplayer etiquette, like when hunting with pals, keep in mind your attacks can affect others. I can't tell you how many times I've tried unloading the Big Bang combo with my hammer, which to those who don't know, needs to hit every mark, otherwise it can't do its finisher, which obviously does the most. Only to have it interrupted by a switch axe, charge blade, or longsword that's aiming for the head because my deeps. When the monster has a perfectly healthy tail just begging to be sliced off by something like, oh, I don't know, a sword? Weapons that deal slice damage should always be aiming to cut a tail whenever possible, and only when that's done should you be moving to different targets. Hammers generally focus the face to rack up the exhaust and KO potential. That's it. That's their space. Let them have it, you jerks. Most bows and guns I see generally know what's up and rarely interrupt others. Lances are the true blue. I rarely see them online, but when I do, I know they are there without a care for tier lists, and they're just gonna rock with their weapon of choice and have a great time doing it as they tank and spank every beastie. Gun lances might do this, but more often than not will trip you non-stop and spam the fire attack. As mentioned, the long swords, charge blades, and switch axes aren't bad weapons per se, but hot damn, just be wary of your fellow hunters when you bring these into multiplayer. Pretty much every single thing you do is a giant sweep, and guess what that does? It trips. Stop it. Dual swords are for the weebiest of weebs. Sure, they are going to deal their deeps, but they'll probably have some anime name and card a few times. Hunting horns are non-existent, and that's a shame. Nobody uses the sword and shield outside of learning the game. Je suis Montes can burn in hell. Why am I mounting the monster more than you when all you do is spam the mounting attack? You do know you can actually deal damage if you do anything else, right? Great swords are a force to fear. The shoulder bash is a godsend, and if they're smart enough to slice tails in one swing, you've got yourself a teammate. And obviously, being as unbiased as I always am, it's just a fact that hammers are the best, and everyone who uses them is cool, because they see giant-ass creatures and say, I want to play whack-a-mole with that thing's fucking face. And they continue to break parts, get them tired super fast, and knock them out for their teammates to deal all of their flashy specials. Not to mention, flip-a-dip-dip, baby. If you don't think that's the best move in the game, you're just wrong. You're wrong. Oh, but the charge, but you're wrong. Wrong! Biggest gripe, however, is in fact the multiplayer. You can't make rooms based around your rank outside of low and high, and joining quests can be a pain, especially for story quests. I went in thinking I was going to be able to easily press on with my pals, but story missions, which are the first half of the game, are locked behind cutscenes, which the host must view first. So instead of just picking a mission and heading out with you and your bud, you both have to create separate missions, both view the cutscenes, and then decide who is going to duck out and rush in to join the other session. I'm perfectly fine doing a mission twice, like how you had to do the urgents for everyone in the party in previous games, but just let me start it with a bud from the get-go. It was super unnecessary, and I get that, yeah, you want everyone to experience the story their own way, but I couldn't give a fuck or not whether it's mine or my buddy's armor in the cutscene, as long as we're tag teaming beasts nonstop. Speaking of story, fuck the handler. Her and the damn field team leader are so annoying. I get that not everyone knows how to play the game, but when they chime in nonstop loudly to go, oh dang, if you got hit, try dodging attacks. It's like, thanks. Did I really need a message for that? If you're hurt, you can use a potion to recover HP, but be careful if you don't dodge attacks, you may need to— Shut up! Plus, I really don't understand what the handler brings to the table other than food to stuff her fucking face with. Seriously, from a story aspect, what does she fucking do? All she does is go starry-eyed over everything and continuously try to commit suicide. I don't need someone to tell me, well, there was a big fucking monster. Hey partner, do you think we should hunt it? Gee, I don't know, in this game called Monster Hunter, should we hunt the monster we just saw? The cat cooks better than her, I do all the hunting, she doesn't even build anything or help fight Zora. The most she actively contributes is pushing a cart at one area of the game, and that's only after the hunter motions her to fucking do something. Plus she's got that weird, like, uncanny valley Resident Evil face, but a lot of characters have that in this game. The only other noteworthy gripe is just the fact that there is not a lot of monster variety. In other games you have giant insects, monkeys, bears, all sorts of things, but in this it's basically all lizard, dragon, wyvern stuff. The only one standing out being the horse and the weird furry fetish bat. What if we had a cute bat that inflated itself and attacked by sitting on people? Jesus Christ. Ultimately, whether you're a returning player of the series or a newbie, if you like some tight battles and a sense of accomplishment, I'd recommend picking this game up. I'm normally not a fan of grindy games, but in this game, it's honestly not terrible. It's actually really neat getting stronger and going back to see how fast you can take down a monster you struggled with, or how many you can hunt in one sitting. At least until you have to grind for something like a Rathalos ruby, then it's hell. It's a fantastic game to play with friends, and the only peeps that probably won't like it are the ones who think giant swords should be swung around super fast like their fave anime, or the ones that try and create controversy over dragons and shit attacking villages.